everybody, welcome back to Kicking It with Kish. We're going to do some margaritas and we're getting ready to start off with 3 freshly squeezed limes. We're going to do some orange extract. I have some pink Himalayan salt and for the rim of the glass. Then I have some alternative sugar. I have confectionate swerve. You can use granular. And of course, we have the tequila. And we're also going to put a little bit of water, like about a 1/4 cup of water in the mix. And of course, we have our 3-ounce measuring cup for the tequila. And of course, our glass that we're going to put our margarita in. Now I'm going to take this plate, and this plate is what we're going to put the salt in. We're also going to get a cup of ice cubes to make it frozen. All right, so now what I'm doing, I'm just going to soften up the limes by rolling it on the countertop. This gets the limes nice and soft so we can cut it and get all the juices out of the lime. Once they're nice and soft, now we're going to go ahead and cut the limes in half. And with one of the limes, I'm also going to cut that, just cut a little bit more off of it. That's just for garnishing. And then I'm also going to take half of the smaller half of the lime, and I'm going to cut that in half. And that is actually just to put around the rim of the glass so the salt will stick. So we're going to just rim the glass with the lime, and this is so the salt can stick on your glass. Now I'm going to get my pink Himalayan salt, and I'm going to put some in the plate. And, oop, now don't do that. Hold on to your plate. So let's try this again. So we just sprinkling some of the Himalayan salt in the plate. And because I have a couple little chunks in there, I'm just crushing, just crushing them out. Now I'm going to take the glass and I'm going to put the salt on the rim of the glass. Of course, after I clean off the salt that I spilled on the bottom. So we're just going to turn it upside down and roll the mouth of the glass in the salt. Then we're going to turn it on the sides and roll it as well, so we could get that salt on the rim of the glass. This is my first time doing a margarita with the salt, and I got to tell you, there is a big difference. I've never had it with the salt around the rim. Okay, now that's done, we're going to put our glass to the side, and we're going to put our lime to garnish. So now our glass is finished. And now on to making the actual margarita drink. Now I'm starting with my blender cup. I'm putting everything in my blender cup because it's making one margarita for me. So I'm gonna get the limes that we cut in half. I'm gonna freshly squeeze those limes. Okay, now we're gonna make our simple syrup. So we're gonna get, I have a fourth a cup of water. Honestly, because it's only for me, I didn't need this much. So a simple syrup is basically half water, 1-to-1 ratio. Whatever amount of water you're gonna use, make sure you use the same amount of sugar. So I did, that's like a fourth a cup of water, and I'm basically using about 3 big heaping tablespoons of sugar, my swerve sugar. And I'm just mixing that around as my simple syrup. Once again, of course, when you're doing this, make sure it's 1-to-1. I was in a rush and I didn't want to use too much of the swerve sugar because swerve is expensive now. So I'm also going to take this glass and I'm going to put it in the microwave for a little, probably about 30 seconds, just to make sure everything is dissolved. And then when I'm finished, I'm also going to mix it around just to make sure that that sugar is completely dissolved in the water. Okay, now we're going to take our orange extract and we're going to take 1 tablespoon of orange extract. Now I'm getting ready to take the simple syrup out of the microwave. The one thing that I should have done, which I'm going to tell you guys, I should have waited for it to completely cool before I added it to my margarita. Just letting you know, because it did not come out as frozen as I wanted it to because it was still hot. So what I'm doing basically now, I'm just tasting it to make sure it's sweet because it's supposed to be a simple syrup. And I put all of it in the glass. Of course, you can see my glass is fogging up because it's still hot. I was just really excited to get an adult beverage. I was so happy when I found out that margaritas were keto friendly. I couldn't wait. So now I'm getting my tequila, and I'm gonna put in 3 ounces of tequila. And I know it seems like a lot, but because of how big that glass is, 3 ounces actually was perfect. Now I'm going to put in a cup of ice. Once again, the ice melted really quickly because of the fact that my simple syrup was too hot and I didn't wait. So if you're going to do this, just make sure you let your simple syrup cool off a little bit before you put it with the rest of the ingredients. Now I'm going to pop my top on, and I'm getting ready to blend. Now I'm getting more ice because it's not frozen. And it's all because of the hot, simple syrup. So, once again, make sure you let your simple syrup cool off before you put it in your margarita mixture if you want a frozen margarita. Obviously, at this point, it's still not frozen. So I'm going to put it in the freezer just for a little bit to get it frozen. I was so anxious, y'all. Y'all just don't understand. I have not had an adult beverage in so long. So I put the glass and my mixture in the freezer. That's why my glass looks frozen. And I'm going to give it one last blend because it's just slightly frozen. Once again, it's because I was rushing. I was very impatient. I plan to do this again and actually take my time. And because my top was too full, I couldn't put any more ice in it, and I didn't want to dilute it any more than I've already done. So because of the glass being frozen, I just went ahead and pour it into my glass. As you can see, it's very liquidy. So, as you can see, the margarita is not completely frozen, but I assure you it tastes wonderful. And here's my margarita. So it's not completely frozen, but it tastes good. Okay, y'all, I'm not photo ready, but I just wanted to let you guys know that this tastes so good. This tastes really good. And it's something about the salt. When you drink it with the salt, it gives it a really nice taste. Now, the funny thing is, when I go to restaurants, I've never, I don't care for the salt to be around the rim because I'm not gonna drink from the glass anyway. I'm going to basically use a straw. But at home, with me having the salt around the rim and then you The sourness from the margarita, and then the saltiness from the salt. Anyway, that's it for this video. I want to say, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you happen to make this margarita drink, let me know how you liked it. If you changed anything about the ingredients or the way how you did it, leave it in the comments. And let's have a conversation. Anyway, until then, please drink responsibly, and until the next video, thank you for kicking it with Kish.